Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. It's Tuesday afternoon, stroke evening here in the UK, which means it's time, of course, for the launch party, which has fast become one of your favourite shows of the week, actually, here. We always bring you new deals. We look ahead at some previews for some stuff that's going to be coming up a little later down the line here on Crafters TV, and also, of course, on HSN and Create and Craft as well. It's a great show. You can definitely get in touch with us as well. And I talk about us because, oh no, I'm not on my own. Oh no, it's a double Leann day. Let's just take a moment to appreciate what a fabulous day that is.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind. I always love it when I've got a full day with you, Joe. And I'm really looking forward to launch parties now because we've got some good stuff, haven't we?
We have good stuff. I mean, we have got some absolutely corking stuff available for you on the show today. Some of your favourite recent launches, we've brought them all back into this launch party show for you, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, what we always have an Explorer kit on every single launch party, and that's exactly what we've got for you here. And the Explorer kit is all about you exploring something new, maybe giving a new type of craft to go for the first time, and that's exactly what's been put together here. It's a flower forming Explorer kit that you're looking at. So in here you're going to get the Garden of Love flower forming foam. You've got your stamens included in here, which is wonderful. They're the white ones, so you can colour those up if you want to as well. You've also got the lily, which is that beautiful flower forming die for you, and you've got the moulding ball tools and the Petal distress tool set as well. You can get all of that for £34 today or $48. And what I love about that, it's a really concise collection. You're going to be making probably hundreds of foam flowers with that collection just there. Already very, very busy for this one across over on the website there. Now, it's very busy. We're going to move on to our stained glass window collection. Oh yes, it is back for you. Now, me and Leann had the pleasure of doing the launch of this collection here on Crafters TV, and it was so extremely busy. You've got your 4 different flowers in there, stained glass window dies to create your 4 different flowers, which is brilliant. So in the collection, you're going to get the kingfisher window, you're going to get the windmill window, the single lily, the land and sea as well. Let me take you through what they're going to do for you. So this is what they look like. Here you can see on the board how it cuts out and what you've got there in just the black and white, which is fantastic. So there is the die. What's so great about this is you get loads of aperture behind them as well, which means you're going to be able to create some really beautiful backgrounds there as well. The other one you've got in here, so this one is your land and sea. This was the most popular individually when we launched it. So if you were thinking about maybe building your own collection, if you spend £30 or $40 on this collection, you can get 10% off if you're building your own and going for the individual. So that's definitely something worth thinking about. You've then got this one here, which I adore. It just reminds me of like a Dutch holiday. It's fantastic. Those gorgeous tulips and the windmill, which is what you've got in the background just there. And then the other one we've got for you, there is that single lily again, which you can see. And the other one you've got is the kingfisher, which is that one just there. So they are the 4 dies that make up the collection. That's not where it ends though, because let me show you. So for instance, can you see, let me bring in this windmill one that I've got just here. Now with the windmill one, can you see it's used in this aperture here? So this card that you've got, which is that aperture. What we're going to do is we're going to give you 10 aperture card blanks for each of the shapes that you've got. So for every one of the dies, you're going to get 5 of the white and 5 of the black card blanks, which will go with that, and they are just there for you as well. So all together, your combined value, which should be over £104, so you should be paying over $131. However, today, £78 in the UK, $105 if you are in the US. Right, let's have a bit of a heads up of some of the other stuff that's coming up in this show. We've got the Make a Statement dies for you. Already busy on these. I'm really excited about these because I haven't had a chance to have a look at these in the studio. So these look brilliant. We'll be focusing on these a little bit later in the show today. They are one of our most recent launches. £150, $160. Everyone gets free P&P or free shipping and handling on those. Right, the next one we've got is our, oh, are you ready? It's our
Out of This World deal.
Absolutely, it is. What an amazing deal. Shut the back sticky door because we have got you taken care of with your adhesives. So you've got in here your low tack tape, You've also got the tacky glue, the Call-Out all-purpose glue, and you're also going to get the 3D glue gel in there as well. Brilliant deal there, £15 or £24.50 if you want to go for that. We've also got the Illustrators on the show for you. These are fantastic. These are the most amazing alcohol markers with that brush nib on there. £75 or $112. These are in the 4-pack, so they're all in their different sort of, they're by project, I guess. So it's a really affordable way to get them individually. So you can go for them as a big bundle, you get the best saving there. If you wanted to go for any of the individual 4-piece collections, they're $9.99 or $14.95. You can get 2 for £17 or $25 if you wish. Now, something that we only launched yesterday, and I must tell you, the launch collection that we brought to you, it sold out. It actually went after the show yesterday. What we've done is, we know that some of you missed out on it, so we've scrambled around over at HQ, managed to get a little bit of stock from some other retailers, and we've put together an only ever so slightly smaller bundle for you. It's available right now in the show, £102, $134. We had hundreds of these, of this smaller collection that we managed to put together for you. Half of them have already gone before the show. So we've got it. I'll take you through it a little bit later. If we've got any remaining, we may look at that in the second half of this show. Right, back to the Explorer kit, because it's very, very busy there already. The Explorer kit, of course, you're getting in there. You've got in your flower forming foam, your die, your petal distress tool, you've got your ball tools, and you've got your stamens in there as well. £34 or $48 to get all of that. You've got a great saving there of over £15 or over $20. Right, let me just jump back into these comments a second, see what everyone's saying, who's tuning in. I can see Sarah in Melbourne. Sarah's up late today. It's 1:05 in the morning over in Melbourne. I hope you're not too sleepy there, Sarah. I see Astrid tuning in, Mariah, Wendy, Susan, Sarah, loads of people saying hello. I wonder how many of you went for these most recent launches. I'm guessing it was quite a few of our super fans. Do let me know in the comments. But I'm going to hand you over to Leanne. Are you ready, Leanne?
You nearly said to the Leanne there.
I did say the Leanne.
Yeah,
I think
Leanne.
I did say it. I don't think I nearly said it. I think
okay.
The Leanne. Well,
Leanne.
Are there any other Leannes? Funny story though, actually, because there is another Leanne in my phone. And for a long time, when we didn't see each other for a few years, I used to text Leanne randomly, thinking she was the other Leanne.
The other Leanne.
Nothing incriminating though, is it? Thankfully.
No, thankfully they were all perfectly reasonable text messages, I have to say. But I would send one back. Are you sure this is for me? It's Leanne O'Sea. Wrong Leanne. Right. So this deal is absolutely fabulous. I love it. And our flower forming, try and say that in with your spare teeth at the weekend, is a really fabulous foam, because we use this. It's proprietary to Crafter's Companion. The formulation you will not get with any other range, and we had it made so that it shapes and sculpts and holds its shape so much better than other types of foam that forms out there. Now, gosh,
you got to say it in a Scouse accent. I've told you.
Flower form and foam.
It's so much easier when you do it like that.
Flower form and foam.
Not like that.
No, all right, okay, all right then. Excuse me. No, oh, sorry. Okay, I'll stop. My accents are terrible.
Oh, dear.
It is fantastic, and everything you've got in that kit is really, really easy to use, and it lets you get on your flower forming journey brilliantly, because just everything you need is there. So we're going to cut to the chase and start cutting immediately. You've got that packet of dies, which I love because it's this fabulous lily shape, and lilies are one of my favourite florals ever. So we're going to have a look at how we can make them with a couple of different shaped dies and shaping them in a couple of different ways, because one of the tools you've got in this kit is an absolute genius development, and I'll tell you why when we get to it. So first things first, I'm going to cut out my what's the word?
Die?
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the die out. So I've got my foam and I've got my lily die, and I've got 4 layers of foam here. I only need 3 for the lily, but I want to have a couple spare because I want to show you a couple of different ways of shaping it. So I've got that one there, and then I've got some of that lovely kind of peachy pink that comes in that Nature's Garden collection with 2 of the smaller lilies. So I need to put them underneath actually to cut them. Otherwise they're going to cut the wrong way up. So I'm going to do that and flip. There we go. And then I'm going to pop the top plate on and run them through my Gemini. Now these will I need to size that largest one up. I've got a little folder here and I'll try that. I'm sure that they will all fit in the mini if you've got the mini. So I'm using my Gemini Junior plates through my Gemini because that's what I've got on my desk right now. But if you have got your mini, I'm sure these will go through there, and we're going to have a little look and size that up while we look at it just to be sure. So I'm just removing my foam from the dies, move the dies to one side, move the plates to one side, grab my mini folder, and try that. This is the largest die, I believe. Yes, it is. Let me pop that. Yes, so they'll go through your mini no problem at all. So if you've got your mini at home and you haven't invested in an electronic die cutting machine yet, you can get both of the largest dies through the mini folder at once. So it just gives you an idea of the size that you're working with there. So then what I'm going to do is separate these out, because when I cut several layers, what does happen is your foam gets compressed down to each other. So with my nails, I just take these and I peel the 4 pieces apart. If you haven't got nails, then a pokey tool will do. Let me find my pokey tool. Where is that little blighter? It's always hiding from me. Oh gosh, there's a collection of 5 there. Rummaging around and there's loads. And I use my pokey tool and I just catch the foam in this way, and it lets it come apart. So take your time with it because you don't want to rip it. And you'll get it to come on better with your nails.
Loads of people commenting away. Janet in Singapore, you know our friend Janet, who always invites us over to Singapore.
Oh, the beautiful one. She's a stunner.
She is gorgeous, isn't she? Hopefully one day we'll get there.
Yeah.
She says the Nativity set is simply irresistible, so just have to have the whole collection. She's got an extra paper pack as well. It's a classic that can use time and time again. I just love it. Now she just needs to be patient and wait for it to arrive. Patience is not my virtue, Janet. Virtue even. I'm with you there. I am very, very impatient. Astrid's watching, who does some amazing flower forming. I wonder if Astrid would send us some pictures of her flower forming. What do you think, Leanne?
Oh, I would love that, yes. I mean, I don't think I've seen any of Astrid's flower forming, so
you wait.
I would love to see that, yes, please.
Do pop us some pictures, Astrid. If you want to send us any pictures, and any of you, we'd love to see them from anything you've been making. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those pictures into. I am counting on you, so please do send them in. And are you inking these, Leanne?
I am inking these. So I've got the white foam, and lilies, especially Stargazer, have pink on the edge, on the tip sometimes, don't they?
Stargazer lilies.
Is it Stargazer?
Is it? It sounds right.
Stargazers are white and pink, I think, or are they the orange ones?
Would you have, and what are the other one? Asiatic lilies.
I don't know.
They make a lot of mess, those ones.
They do. They drop the pollen everywhere. So basically the lilies with the pink on the edge, that's what I'm doing. So I've got my little lily petal here, and actually this time I'm using my quick dry ink pads. And the reason I like to use the quick dry is they dry quick, so that when you are forming your flowers, you will not get the ink all over your fingers, because it will blend on the end here lovely with your little blending tool and just give it a little bit of colour around the edge, as you can see here. And then, but you don't have to get dirty fingers, and you don't have to have a moist ink on here, which will remain wet and then, you know, just smudge all over the place. You want it to dry quickly. And your Harmony Water Reactive would stay a little more moist than the quick dry one, because obviously it's got a long open time. Okay, so I'm just putting a little bit of colour around the edges. You can see there on these 3 petals.
Wonderful.
And then we're going to form them up.
Loads of questions still coming in.
Go for it.
Diane over. Diane says, so excited about the show. I hope they use glitter. I don't know, maybe we'll use some glitter at some point. What do you think, Leanne?
I think the hope they use glitter is in relation to those stained glass window dies.
Sounds
when
good.
we did that, because it looked fantastic, didn't it? I don't think you can remember, Joe.
It was wonderful.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Fantastic.
Susan says, what is the greatest number of foam layers you can cut through, would you say?
Oh, tons, because it compresses. I mean, I did 4 there effortlessly, and there was room for another 4. So I would say, I mean, you could even go up to 9, I think, and get, for a lily...
9?
3, yeah. I'd get 3 full lilies worth. I mean, if you like, when we've done this demonstration, I'll layer up a load of foam and we'll put it through and see how many we go through. Nothing worse than a live test, is there? Worse? Nothing better than a live test, I should say. Nothing worse than a live test. Joe.
Oh, gosh, she's not going to do a live test again. The worst.
Now, I've got my hot iron here, Joe. And I've got my coloured petals, and I'm going to warm them up and get them ready to shape. So I've got my piece of foam from my ball tool collection. Have you got your ball tools in that collection, Joe?
You have,
oh,
yes. And
fantastic.
they are huge, aren't they?
Our balls on our ball tools are bigger than anybody else's. We've got really good sized balls on our tools so that you can get lovely shape on your formed flowers. They really are. They're fantastic. They're a high quality tool. Oops, I've just dropped me lily leaf. Right. So I've got my sponge and I've got my heated plate here, and I'm popping the foam on there. Now, did you see what happened? So it just curls off. Can you see? So it takes the heat brilliantly. If you wanted to have a little bit more shape, what you can do is hold it, and then those petals will take shape, and that's when you take it off onto your foam, you take your ball tool and you shape the petals. Now what I do is I push that right into my foam like this, and what that then does is give me the perfect shape for my lily really quickly and easily. So there's number one done. Very simple. So you'll notice I like to use tweezers. So I put it on and then I hold it still against the iron. You can see it start to curl, so it's really taking the shape. At that point, I pick it up and lie it down on my sponge, and then I take my ball tool and I push it all the way into the sponge, which allows me to give it some really lovely 3D dimension and shape. And then once I've done that, I'm going to construct it. Now there's a couple of different ways of construction. I'm going to show you this way, and then I'm going to talk to you about a couple of different ways you can use these florals, but I want to show you the traditional lily as it comes first. So I've got my 3 layers of petals there. There's one, there's 2, so they get lined over the top to make that lovely lily shape you can see. There we go.
Beautiful.
And then all I do is take honestly, Joe, they're stunning. I take my pokey tool and I push that all the way through those lilies there. And I like to go all the way through. Because
Sarah says she loves this use for the iron.
rather than actual
ironing, yeah.
Actual ironing, yeah, absolutely. And then I just make sure that that hole is in both layers. There we go. Now, what I've got here is a piece of just craft wire. Now this could be flower wire from, you know, when you do flower arranging, but actually this is just a regular, very inexpensive craft wire that I've had rattling around in my stash forever and a day from when I tried to do some jewellery making and failed dismally. Sarah Millsop will tell you she's never known anybody not be able to twist a loop like me.
Dismally or abysmally?
Dismally.
Dismally.
Dismally and
I thought
abysmally.
failing abysmally was bad, but failing dismally sounds even worse.
Honestly, dismal, abysmal, whatever shizzle you want. It was my flower for my jewellery making was all of the shizzles. Honestly, it was terrible.
Someone's in a bit of a mischievous mood today. I can just feel it resonating from the side of the studio.
I'm feeling naughty. I need to sort myself out. I will. So
I'll try and keep you in check.
Please do. Now, what I've got is a little handful of stamens, and I think actually that would have been too many, so I'm going to half them, because I think that would have just been a bit stamen overload. So I'm going to take a little few there. That's better, because remember, you get double because there's a little stamen on either side. And then what you do is you half your wire, put a little pinch in it, and then you wrap that round your stamens. So that's going in the halved piece of wire you can see there. And then what this does is allow me, when I pinch that, to feed this through those holes and not lose the stamens off the end. And that just makes it easier to thread them in, Joe, because otherwise you're on forever and a day trying to get all of those little stamens poked through these holes. It just makes life so much easier for you. I've used a paper clip for this. If you haven't got any craft wire and you've got a couple of little paper clips at home, paper clip would do the same job. So you see, then you pull that down and then you pull it through just gently to encourage those stamens through those holes. And I just take my time. There we go. So they're coming. Can you see how they're getting shorter and shorter in the floral there? Look, into the centre. I can then turn that round so it's in the correct position for the lily. Give them a little swivel. There we go.
They're quite robust, aren't they? Which always surprises me.
Yes, you can be firm with it. You don't, I mean, obviously you can't. If you're too firm, you'll rip it in half. But you'll be surprised at how much pressure they can take when it comes to doing your shaping. And then what I'm doing is, I've just twisted the wire, pull the wire out. So actually what that's allowed me to do is just make a really pretty little lily that can be hot glued to my project. That is really simple, isn't it? And then you're just going to pop that on your little card. There we go. And you've got that lovely little lily shape that you can see there. And it's all got that lovely pale pink on the end. I love it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Now, a couple of other ways you can shape them. The other gadget that you've got in here is this one, which is truly fabulous. And this is proprietary to Crafter's Companion again. So we designed this. We came up with this idea. We worked with a lady who has been doing flower forming for many years and had many a blister as a result of distressing her foam flowers before she put them together. And I said to her, you know, there's got to be a better way, Bev. There's got to be a better way than getting all those blisters rolling every individual petal. Because what Bev would do is fold up the flower in her hand, and then with the foam, she'd twist it, and then roll it, and to get a really lovely distressed edge. And after she'd made 3 or 4 flowers, she started to get blisters on her fingers. So I put my thinking hat on, and I thought, you know, there's got to be a way.
What does your thinking hat look like?
A bit like the sorting hat on Harry Potter.
I thought it might be. Does it talk?
It went to me.
Okay, just to you.
Just to me.
Okay.
So then you warm it up and you nip it together. And then what you do is you take your little mat, and you see the grooves on the mat here are running horizontally. And I take my little finger distresser, and then these grooves are running in the opposite direction now. Hold my petal down, give it a rub. And again, like you say, Joe, you can be really quite robust with it. And because of the heat, it's going to take the shape. And so they elongate. But also you get that lovely frilled, filigree, distressed edge on your petal that you can get in life. Brilliant for your rose dies, for your peony dies. And actually you can do a lily this way, and it's more like a little fantasy lily really when it's done. But when you put it together, you've got that lovely kind of paper feel on the edge there, which you can see is very different to the one that I did here. So you can start to make different flowers and distress the edges with this little tool that's included, as well as having your shaping tools that are in there. It's just everything you need and more, Joe, really. And you don't just have to make lilies with this, because what you can do is put 5 of these together. So don't have to do 3. You could put 1 there, offset another one there, offset another one there, put them all together, and you've got more of a kind of a rose, or a helleborus actually, a Christmas helleborus.
Lovely.
Which would be lovely if I coloured all of the edges. And then of course you've got them in all of those different sizes. So here's the smaller lily if you're just making lovely little card embellishments. And if you're making tiny little embellishments, look at the tiny little leaves you've got here to make it. And every single one of them made in the same way that I made this one. Nothing differs, you just get a different size flower. So you've got 5 different sizes of the lily flower in that collection that you've got there, along with all of the tools that you need.
Fantastic. Loads of you absolutely loving this. I know a lot of you saying you're trying this for the first time, and it is this collection, the whole point it's been put together is for you to try it, to decide how you feel about it for really quite a minimal investment. Lots of love for this online. Kathy Fox on YouTube saying I love the flower forming demos. Cindy on YouTube says I love it when these two work together. Tons of laughter. Oh, don't let anyone know, we'll get in trouble. Angie says flower forming is new to me, but I find it so fascinating. She also goes on to say I love how Crafter's Companion shows us how to incorporate the fancy flower forming with card making. Gives our gives our cards that extra high class look and pizzazz. What a great word, pizzazz. But they do give your cards that sort of something extra. And what I find so amazing about the Crafter's Companion flower forming foams is because it's heat set. It's not like others where you put it in an envelope, you send it off and it looks like someone sat on it for half an hour. It still bounces back. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, don't you, Leanne? You've seen those foam flowers before where they look like someone slept in them by the time they come out the envelope. Absolutely. And I've got something here which I can show you. Look, this is a little bridesmaid's headband. And this was made when we first ever launched our flower form and foam. And you can see these flowers still have, this has been packed in one of those really useful boxes with a load of card samples on the top. This still looks as lovely as the day it was first made. And all of that shape that you've got in those flowers, because the foam, when we heat set it, does keep its shape. And like you say, doesn't just get all compressed. It's
Really, it's genius stuff. It's fantastic.
It really is fantastic. Loads of you love using this at home as well. £34 or $48 if you want to get your hands on that. Make sure you send us in some pictures of your flower for me as well. I'd love to see some. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk if you want to share with us any pictures throughout this show. You can see the details across the bottom of your screen there. Right, we need to go to the
out of this world deal.
Absolutely. Johnny's like, the glues. It's the glues, Joe. Go to the glues. He thought I was talking to him, didn't realize I was talking to Leanne. In here, this really is an out of this world deal. So in here, you're going to get the 4 really main adhesives that you need to go to. So you've got the all-purpose one just here. We've also got the tacky glue just here as well. Let me just take that off there. There you go. So you can see you've got your tacky glue there too. You also got the 3D glue gel. Now the 3D glue gel is like silicone glue gel. However, it doesn't have that smell or that odour to it. What you've also got then as well is your low tack tape as well, which is fantastic. So you can see you get absolutely all of those there. £15, $24.50 if you want to go for those. Right, I need to remind you about the Nativity kit because I've been told it's already very, very busy. Now, I know half the stock of this brand new bundle has gone. I think we're going to see this towards the second half of this show. If there's any available, that is £102 or $134 if you want to get your hands on that. Everyone gets free postage and packaging or free shipping and handling on that as well, which is fantastic. Of course, you can take advantage of your Club Inspired discount. Platinum members, you'd save over £20 if you were Platinum in the UK. Platinum members in the US, you'd save just under $27. So great savings there to be had. Now, we're going to move on. We're going to have a look now at the stained glass windows because these have been so popular ever since we launched these. Myself and Leanne actually, really not very long ago. You get absolutely everything that you can see right in front of you just there. So let's firstly look at the dies and how they come to you, how they're packaged. So this is a single lily that you've got just here. So what you get is you get the die. Now I must admit, I'm not going to say it doesn't look much like this, but when you see it just as a die, I think it's kind of hard to visualise how this is going to come to life. However, it does when you see it, because the great thing about these is the amount of aperture and open space that you've got. So it means that when you start putting things behind them, they look amazing. Let me show you what I mean with the lily, because look how the lily comes to life when you start to put the card back. This has been paper piece. These are amazing for paper piecing. They are great for stained glass windows. That's your single lily. This one here, this is my favourite. I think this card is my favourite out of all of the samples because it is absolutely beautiful. This is your Land and Sea, yes. If you want to get it individually, the Land and Sea is $14.99 or $19.95. Now, if you're building your own bundle with these, if you're spending over £30 or $40 in this collection, you can get an extra 10% off of those individual prices. I think that looks absolutely incredible. You've also got the windmill available as well, which is this one just here. This one looks beautiful. You can see you've got the windmill, you've got the tulips in there as well. And the other one that you've got off just there is your kingfisher as well. So you can see there, they are absolutely fantastic. So there is your kingfisher stained glass window as well. £78 or $105 there if you want to grab hold of that. So you can see if you want to use your Club Inspired discount, of course you can do that as well. You've got great savings there. Now remember, within the collection, not only are you getting the dies, you're also getting, I've stolen it, haven't I? What have I done with it? What am I like? So you're also getting the low tack tape in there, don't forget about that. But then what you're getting are these card blanks. Let me just pick one of these up and make these up for you. So you're going to get one of these. Oh, I need that bone folder that we had on last night's show. You're going to get one of these shapes, the shape that fits beautifully with each of the dies. So with this one, for instance, that aperture you've got there, that is for the windmill, as you can see just here. That's what goes with it. For each shape of die, you get a card blank. You get 5 of the white and 5 of the black, which is fantastic. You also are getting as well your acetate in here, which is fantastic. So you're getting the acetate. You'll see why you might want to use that in just a few minutes. You get 25 of those. and you also get the self-adhesive. Now the black self-adhesive card, it's really important that you get that included. You'll see exactly why in a minute. The acetate and the adhesive are both self-adhesive, are both very busy individually on their own. Remember, if you want to build your own collection, absolutely you can do that. And if you spend over £30 or $40, you'll get an extra 10% off, which is fantastic. Very, very busy across everything on the show. What are people saying in the comments? People saying how beautiful that last demo was. People loving all of the flower forming as well, which is fantastic. Right, should I say she's anxiously waiting for her window dies to arrive. I don't think we're doing anything for her impatience, Leanne, with this show.
Anything for who's impatient? Shaddai is impatient.
Everyone is.
Everybody's impatient.
Just generally, I think.
Just generally, people are wanting to get.
Pretty impatient, aren't they? It's just a character trait of all of us, really, isn't it?
Oh, I'm impatient when I've ordered something. I want it to arrive. I want it to be magic down the chimney, or like through a Harry Potter poof of smoke at the back door, or I want Hedwig to fly it in and just drop it in my lap. I love my shopping to arrive immediately I've ordered it. Now these dies, Joe, we had the privilege, as you said earlier, I'm waving me bone folder. I'm going to put it down, because that's not a good look, is it? We had the pleasure of launching them on Crafters TV, and it was such a busy show. And I think that's because the variety of techniques you can do with these, the variety of looks you can get with them is exceptional and very different to anything that I've seen. The favourite, without a shadow of a doubt, during that launch show was this next technique that I'm going to show you. But I'm going to mix it up and show you a couple of different little things as well, so that you're seeing something new with that demonstration that I showed you when we launched them, and you can always go and watch that back to see all of the techniques. So the dies come, and you have 2 separate dies in each collection, and we're going to use Land and Sea because I think it's everybody's favourite, isn't it? So we've got Land and Sea. So you've got
It's certainly my favourite. It's
mine too, to be fair, it really is. I do also love, however, the windmill and the tulips.
So just all of them, basically?
Yes. Yes, basically.
Fair enough.
So we've got the Land and Sea there, and then we've also got, look, this additional frame die, and I want to show you how those work. So I'm going to cut, first of all, the just Land and Sea on a piece of this self-adhesive black cardstock that we've got. And this is going to make creating the image that you want really, really easy. Now what I want to show you is when you're getting this lined up on your self-adhesive black cardstock, look, we've made sure that the die is the perfect width for that cardstock, so that when you're putting it in and you tape it in place, you've got lots left for another card. So you're not going to, so don't get that and go like that and whack it through your junior, because you've wasted it all. Get it nicely lined up so that you can be frugal and get maximum out of the pieces of cardstock that you've got. So I've got my junior plate here, so they work great in the junior and in the Gemini, whichever way you want. It's entirely up to you. They both work fine. I'm going to use my junior plates or in my Gemini machine, and just so that it doesn't slip and I waste that lovely self-adhesive cardstock, actually I just like to trim it off. So I've trimmed that off, and then I've got that on my junior plate there. I've got all of my other plates here ready to stack them up, and then I'm going to run it through the machine. And actually, just before I do that, Joe, I'm going to use a little bit of tape, because I just don't want it to shift, because I've been really, well, you could say tight or frugal, whichever you prefer with that. I don't want it to shift around and have to do it again and waste a piece of cardstock. So just a quick little piece of tape to keep it still, and then I'm going to pop it through my Gemini.
Fantastic.
Now that's putting through. These dies, let me just say to you, are thicker than a regular thin metal die. So these are a little bit thicker than a regular thin metal die, and they're not quite as thick as a mixed media die. So they will cut through your thicker materials to be able to do this fantastic stained glass effect. So this is a piece of 300 GSM cardstock with adhesive on there and with the backing on there. And this die, without a metal shim, you can see goes through there effortlessly, no problem at all. And if I just,
was that cutting out the adhesive there, or is that just cardstock? That's the adhesive.
Yes, the adhesive. So there's the adhesive on the back there, you can see. And look, all the pieces just absolutely, without even a pokey tool, just giving them a little push, come out of there, no problem at all. And it's not peeling the backing away, you can see. It's actually cut through that cardstock, the adhesive, and the backing, no problem at all, and that's ready now to be used in my project. Okay,
wonderful.
So that was with my self-adhesive card. So we're going to come back to that in a second because I've got a couple more things I want to show you. So I'm just going to get my pokey tool and get that bit out there.
Getting really busy on these. Remember, you can go for, if you want to, you can build your own bundle with these if you want. Spend over £30 or $40, save an extra 10%. Everyone, though, so far going for the large collection because that's, of course, how you get the best value when you go for them like that. The individual dies go from $12.99 to $16.99 if you're going for those, or $14.95 to $19.95 if you're in the US. So loads of different ways of getting hold of these, and getting hold of them you are. They're very busy. If you did get these when we launched them and you happen to have had them already, I know they were launched across in the US a little while back, so if you've had these already and you've got pictures of them, things that you've been making, absolutely send them in to us. We love receiving them. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. If you want to shop at the same time, you can do that over on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, to pop across there and do that. These ones need the junior, I'm guessing, these size dies, do they, Leanne?
Yes, the junior is the minimum, so these wouldn't work in your mini because they're just too large. So I've just used my outside frame die there, and I've cut an half moon frame out, you can see, and that gives me the perfect matte and layer should I want to matte and layer these up and make it into a standalone topper. However, if you take both of the dies together, so you take that outside frame piece there and you take your inside piece here, so that's your land and sea scene, and you tape them down and put them through at the same time. So the first time I cut this, I just cut it with the land and sea, that die on its own without the frame, and that gave me this. And then I cut the frame on its own, and that gave me that. So that gives me the matte and layer that goes with. What I can do is put them both in at the same time, and what I'll get when I do this is a lovely glittery frame to use. Get your sandwich around the right way, Chivs. Honestly, hang on, I put this right. It's moved. Oh, I got my sandwiches all wrong, and then my tape moved. There we go. Get that in the right place. Here we are. That goes in there.
What's wrong with your sandwich?
I had my magnetic on the top.
Right, okay.
Rather than under the clear plate, I had it on top of the clear plate. So I just reordered it. So I've taped that down, and now I've just popped that through, and you'll see what we get. And I wanted to show you that because when I come to assemble it, I can show you a couple of different options.
Sally says, Joe, could you ask Professor Inkpaddy a question for me, please?
Professor Inkpaddy, is that me?
I have a good collection of water reactive inks, and now saving it. What is best to get quick dry or pigment to go with my water reactives?
That's a really good question. I would say, well, both work with your water reactives for a different way because every single one of those ink pad collections work very differently. What I would do, quite honestly, rather than going for a full collection of either, is I would choose your favourite colours, and I would get yourself maybe 6 of the quick dry and 6 of the pigment, see which you feel most comfortable with in terms of techniques, and then invest in the full set of whichever one you like best. If you don't want to do that and you just want me to recommend you one, I would say the pigment, because you can do all of that fabulous heat embossing with that. Try not to talk too quickly, Leanne. You can do all of that lovely stuff, and you can make that glittery powder that I make and do all of the heat enamelling. And actually, if you watched back the launch show that we did with the stained glass window dies, I used the pigment ink pads to colour in the windmill and the tulips. It looks absolutely stunning. And I do a glazed frame, so you've got that lovely enamelling on the die cut frame, which looks amazing as well. So you could use your Harmony Water Reactives in the background and then do your enamelled frames on top. So if you're going to dive into one pigment, but it might be an idea to get a couple of each, and then you can decide what you like best.
Wonderful, great answer. Anne-Marie says as well, yes, Leanne, I wish I could just wiggle my nose like Samantha from Bewitched, and poof, my order has arrived, and poof, the housework is done, and poof, the craft room is all ready to craft. Since I have so much time now, the housework was all done with just a wiggle of my nose.
Oh, me too. I used to love that programme, Bewitched. It was truly fabulous. One of my favourite programmes as a girl growing up. It really was.
Didn't they remake Bewitched recently, or am I dreaming? Am I making that up?
No, I think they did. I think they made a movie.
What was it? No, what was the other one? Who was the was Bewitched? No, who was the one? Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Thank you, Director Daniel. Sorry, that's what I was thinking of. Different programme, isn't it? Different programme.
Different programme, yes. So now what we've got here, when we've cut this out on the glitter cardstock, And this is just our luxury glitter card. You can see actually what I would have is the most exquisite glittered outline rather than the black. So I wanted to show you this, and I'm not gonna poke all the pieces out, or I might. Depends how long producer Johnny says I have got.
Well, he's been I think he's on a new sort of working time directive today. He's got that stopwatch out, hasn't he?
He's been cracking his whip. I'm a bit scared, like, to go over my time. Honestly.
It's because there's so many amazing deals crammed into every show now. That's why. We can't just, just go willy-nilly from one demo. He's got to get them all in, all these fabulous deals.
We do. So there we go. You see, I've got that lovely glitter outline. I would just use that as a topper on its own, as a monochrome card. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So I'd keep that for another card, because actually what I wanted was this outside frame, which has come away from nesting both of those dies. It's given me that lovely outside there with the aperture in the centre. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. Now what we're going to do is assemble this. And have you got those fantastic die cut cards over there, Joe?
I have. Would you like one?
I've got one here. I'm just making sure you've got them.
I have got them indeed. If you go for the bundle, you get 10 of each to fit all of the dies. 5 black, 5 white. So you're getting 40 in total if you're going for that big bundle, which is great. So that means then, you're going to make at least 40 cards out of this, and then so many more.
I mean, and when you think about that and then you look at the price that you've got there, I mean, just truly exceptional it is, because you can make 40 cards out of this really, really easily. And the thing that I love, and I must just mention to you, is this cardstock is high quality cardstock. You can see now, I'll wave my pokey tool at you. You can see you've got the little window in there. It's like the Sooty and Sweep show of the Bone Folder world. But you've got no giraffe legs on there. It's lovely and crisp. It's really sturdy. It's a lovely heavy weight. It feels quality and it feels luxury. And that's what you need when you're putting these cards together. So on the inside of the card, what I would do now is just go around with my tape pen and get some tape in there. And I'm just going round randomly just to get it on there. And then I've got a piece of my Nina cardstock here, which is the cardstock that I like to colour on with alcohol markers. And I'm putting that behind the aperture. Now you can see mine's being used a bit. Yours will be a nice, clean, precise bit, not the mucky bit that's been left under the shelf. And that gives me a lovely little white aperture now, a space to colour in my design. So what I'm going to do is take this one that we cut out first, which was on the self-adhesive black cardstock, and I'm just going to take this self-adhesive layer off. So I do that with a pokey tool. So you see there, I just pushed it up and then can peel it away, and it comes away really easily in one piece.
Now you're getting the self-adhesive card in there, included in the black, of course, which is great for you to use. But I'm guessing you could just go for some of our self-adhesive sheets and pop them on any cardstock you wanted once you've used those, Leanne.
Absolutely, you could. And actually, that's great, because that glitter outline I've just done, you could make that a self-adhesive glitter outline.
Wonderful.
By putting a piece of our adhesive on the background. Yes, of course. So I'm just lining this up with that aperture. And then I've got that in place, and I'm just giving it a little wiggle and then give it a push down, because that's the self-adhesive one. So that's now stuck to the aperture of the card and also that piece of Nina card behind, ready for me to colour it in. And then I've got my Illustrator markers down here. We've got some of these on the show as well today, haven't we, Joe?
We have, yes. They are the most affordable way of getting hold of them, actually. After this demo, I'll run you through the options that you've got. But they're on 4-packs. You can get the 4-pack collection, get all of them, or you can go for them on their individuals. The reds, your favourite at the moment. I'll take you through those. You get 2 of them for £17 or $25 to get your 8 markers, which is great value for money.
It really is. And when you colour this in, because it's on Nina card that I've cut it out, which is the marker card, it doesn't take too much of your ink. You get really good colour vibrancy, and you can colour it in really well, because of really quickly, because the alcohol marker just moves perfectly on that cardstock, because obviously it's marker cardstock is what it was designed for. And so I'm just using 2 colours of my yellow Illustrator here. So I've got my first layer down of the lighter. Then I've got a little bit of darker one, so I can put a little bit of a shadow in on my stained glass window. And you see I'm just choosing the left hand side and putting in a little bit of shadow all the way down the left on every one of those little windows. And then I'll blend it in with the lighter marker.
It looks absolutely beautiful. We were saying, weren't we, that it reminds us of coastal holidays and little holiday cottages, this window. You just see it above the door in so many little traditional cottages in coastal towns here in the UK. I think they're absolutely beautiful, I really do.
I do too, and I love that. This is my favourite technique with these, with this collection, Joe. I really, really do love it. I think it just lends itself. This really does look like a stained glass window that's lit from within, doesn't it? And using your really vibrant colours from your Illustrator collection just really adds to that real pop of that bright stained glass colour. I think you want, rather than it being pastel, you want those lovely pops of colour in there. I've got my green. I've lost my green pen. I'm just going to run and get a green pen.
You run and get a green pen, don't you worry about that. Loads of you still commenting along. A lot of people talking about it was Bewitched, saying there was a movie remake with Nicole Kidman, is what people are saying.
That's right.
Sonia says these dies are awesome, gorgeous, and a great concept, very versatile. Christine says I bought the big bundle on the launch, plus lots of the extra adhesive blank sets for it as well. Astrid's letting me know she's making a healthy sausage casserole while she's watching. Sounds delicious. It's day one of my diet today, and I must admit I'm in that kind of, that real, not angry is the right word, Leanne, where that sort of like, oh, I can't believe I gave myself so much work to do, now I'm going to be on this diet forever kind of mood. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, frustrated with yourself.
Absolutely, yes.
I do that regular, Joe.
But it was delicious getting this big, so, what can you say? It swings and roundabouts, isn't it? This is
what I always say. It takes a lot of effort for me to look like this. It might not be the correct kind of effort, but it's a lot of effort that I put into it. And then, I do the same. We all do the same, Joe. But, it's about healthy eating rather than being too focused on losing weight. It's about getting healthy again. That's all.
No, it's just about me. For me, it's just about losing weight so I can eat delicious things again and put the weight back on again. That's the only thing. I just want to get as thin as I possibly can so I can eat as much as I possibly can again. That's my mentality. Christine says no chocolate, I'm afraid, at all. I've been good. There's a massive box of chocolate in that gallery, but we're staying away from it, aren't we, Leanne?
Yeah, we are. I've been very good. I haven't been in that chocolate box for weeks. I've just avoided it completely. So I'm really quite proud of myself, actually.
Yeah, what Daniel said. He said he'll bring it through for us if we want.
No, thank you.
Absolutely not. We're iron-willed today. Ask us tomorrow. We'll probably have changed our minds.
Yeah. But today our bodies are temples.
Yeah. Absolutely, they are. Last week they were cesspits, but today they are temples. 100%. That is looking absolutely gorgeous.
It's really lovely, isn't it? I've just decided to do the whole lighthouse red this time.
Could you do? Could you use the alcohol markers on the acetate in the background to give it a different feel if you wanted to?
Absolutely. You've got a couple of samples. That windmill sample that you've got over there, Joe?
Yep.
It's standing up beside the die.
Oh, is that one alcohol markers?
There you go. That's the one. That's alcohol markers.
So you'll see that just there.
Yes.
Fantastic. Gives it a really lovely feel. Because it looks like on the acetate, it looks like the lead, doesn't it, of a stained glass window.
Yes,
I think it is fantastic. Gives it that look and feel, which is brilliant.
It does.
And also use them with the apertures, but they work just as well as toppers, I'm guessing, Leanne.
Oh, they work brilliantly as toppers. And remember, we cut that out. I'm going to stop now because we've got this other one that we've got done. You've seen me do enough of that. You can see it coming together. But look, here's this one that's finished. Just a slightly different colour theme, but you can see it coming together lovely. And I cut that out earlier, didn't I, that half moon? And then you could just use the piece and use it as a topper on a card, as you can see there. However, what I did cut out, remember, was my glitter frame. So now what I can do is stick my glitter frame around the outside there.
Love that.
And I've got that lovely pop of glitter rather than the little white frame that I did here. But similar technique, look. That's just gilding flakes in the background that you can see there. Here we've got an amazing glittered sample.
Oh, shiny.
Looks lovely. There's the one that I did last week when we launched, where we've got that lovely glitter inside of there. And then we've got a couple other alcohol ones. Oh, I love this. Sparkle inks. Oh, look at your sparkle inks there. Looks fantastic, doesn't it? And then this one, this is all your single lilies, Joe.
All the single lilies. All the single lilies.
Fantastic, isn't it? And there's another one done with vintage Illustrator. Look at the difference between the two when you've got them that way. Just possibilities. Oh, and this is tacky. You can do this with, this is like one of those glazes. So this really does look like a stained glass window. You can see that there. But with this, you can do your tacky glue mixed with alcohol inks and plop it in, and then it'll go like this beautiful glaze. It'll look amazing.
That's really lovely.
That's just Harmony Water Reactives in the background with your cutout over the top. So loads and loads of possibilities of things you can do with these, Joe, and every single one of them looks amazing. It's a really lovely, versatile set.
Yeah, and really fantastic these. I think even if you're fairly new to craft, you're going to absolutely love putting these together. And also great if you love your alcohol markers. We've got some great alcohol markers available for you on the show. So if you're going to go for the stained glass window, £78 or $105 gets you all of it, including your dies. You've got the card blanks in there as well, the acetate, the self-adhesive, and you've got the low tack tape coming your way in there. It must have been it was a very precarious pack shot here, I think. We'll put that back together in a moment, don't worry. Nothing broke, it was all very robust, don't you worry. Right, let's have a little look at the illustrators that we've got here. So these are your 4 packs that you can go for. Now, if you want to go for these, you can get them individually if you want to, or you can get 2 for. So if you want to go for them individually, $7.99 or $11.99. So you've got the Verdant, you've got the Aquatic, the Naturals, there is the Botanicals, love that, very bright and vibrant, that one. You've also got the Basics, you've got the Delicate, there's Fiery. This one here is your Essentials. That's got the blender pen in, which is super useful as well. This one is your Vintage, and finally you've got your Stylish as well. So individually, $9.99 or $14.95. If you go for them, you get a couple of these, 2 for £17 or $25 if you would prefer to get them a couple. Or if you want to, we do have a deal on, which is far and away the best value, where you can get absolutely all of the 4-piece collections for £75 or $112 if you want to go for those, saving you $24.90 or $37.50. Right, we've also got the Make a Statement stamps and dies available for you on the show. These are amazing because they're a really big statement alphabet, and then what you've got though are all of the different stamps that go with it. So there's a load of different options for using these, which is great. You can use them just as a solid number. You can use them also as with a detailed element there if you want to, or you can just stamp it and cut it out. Now the great thing is with these, you get for each and every one of them, you get the big statement die, which is the letter, and then what you get is the stamps that coordinate around that. So you've got amazing, Havan, day, you've got everything you need in there to make something brilliant. Now in here, what you're going to get is you're going to get all of your numbers. So you can see A is for amazing, B is for baby, C is for congratulations, and D is for dad. Or you're going to get the same one all the way through. So all the different letters have got a different sentiment. You've got the ampersand in there. You also get all the numbers as well in this collection, which is brilliant for those milestone birthdays too. And you can get them individually if you want to. If you choose to get them individually, you can get 3 for £15 or $20, which is great. Or you can get them for $5.99 individually. You can't mix and match with the numbers. If you want the numbers, you need to buy them on their own or part of the big bundle. When you go for the large bundle, which gives you far and away the best value for money, we also give you some of that gorgeous royal blue glitter cardstock within there as well. So this works, is going to work beautifully with those numbers. £150 or $160. If you are a Club Inspire Platinum member in the UK, you're going to save an extra £30 off of this. You get an extra $32 off of this if you're in the US. These launched, I believe I'm right in saying, on Saturday. And they were incredibly busy when we launched them. How much of the stock has gone here? Half of the stock has gone here. So very, very busy on these. If you want them, definitely get them in your basket. Don't forget as well about that Club Inspired discount. When you get them in this configuration, remember you're saving £35 or $67, which is brilliant. I'm thinking these are going to be great for lots of different things, Leanne, from card making, but also great for box frames, home decor, stationery. I imagine you could do with these as well.
The world is your oyster with these. I absolutely love them. I think they're brilliant for scrapbooking as well, because they're going to make a real statement on a page. You just need a little photograph and a couple of other words on there. But actually, you're quite right, Joe, for home decor. But actually, for just statement cards where you just want to say something to somebody, you don't maybe want to colour a big image in or make a big fuss about it. You want something clean and simple. But then also for your concepts as well, because I can show you how we've got a fabulous shaker card with them. And again, because you've got that fantastic stamp and the dies, what you can do with all of the different mediums that you've been collecting at home, all of your different crafty stash, your patterned papers, your lovely cardstocks, your sparkle inks, which you're going to see me use, all of those start to come back into play, because actually the coloured backgrounds that you can make, just put one of these statements on top, opens up and gives you a whole different look and feel. They really are fabulous. And Joe agrees that much, you drop the pack shot again.
Are people falling over themselves to get this deal? That was the sound you could hear there.
That's what it is. Right, so first things first. When you open up your packet, what you're going to find, I've just took my letter off, where have I put it? Here it is. You've got this fabulous sheet here, which has your stamps on it for you. So you can see that there. So there's your stamps. You've got the big letter E, and you've got the word enjoy. So enjoy. So you've got the finish of the word that goes with the E, and then you've got your accessory pieces. So you can see we've got enjoy every moment, enjoy your special day. So we're going to look at how to put these together. Now, a couple of different ways you can use them. What you could do if you wanted was I'm going to just get an ink pad, Joe. Oh, I'll use these. I used for my what's the word I'm looking for? My foam flowers earlier. That's the word I'm looking for. And I'm going to grab another little piece of card stuck under here, just so I can show you how they work. And you've got all of the different ways then. They're really fantastic. I know our Fiona loves these. She really, really likes them. And that's just because they're so incredibly easy to use. So first things first, to stamp this big letter, you would just take your stamp from the backing sheet, pop it onto your stamping block, and then ink it up. Now what I like to do is prime that with my watermark ink pad first. So I do that just because it's a brand new stamp, and so sometimes they have manufacturing residue on there, which just can not have your ink grabbing straight away immediately you first use them. So I always just put a little bit of watermark on, and then I go in with my colour that I want to use. Should we go with, let's go with a nice bright orange, should we? So I'm going to pop my orange ink on there. There we go. And this is a quick dry. And then I'm going to stamp it. And I'll show you why I've done this in a second. So I'm going to stamp that down. If I was using my magnetic platform, I could ink this a couple of times and stamp it a couple of times. But actually, that's pretty good. I'm pretty okay pleased with that. That looks fine to me. So I've got my big letter E stamped down, and I'm going to show you why that's important in a second. And then what you can do, because you don't even have to use the die if you don't want to, you could just use the rest of your stamp. So if I take the enjoy off there for the enjoy and put that onto my stamping platform, I'm going to prime that again with my watermark. There we go. So just give it a little bit of a prime, just because they're brand new out of the packet. Eventually you'll stop needing to do that. But just with the manufacturing residue on there, you can give them a little wipe over with some nail varnish remover or some rubbing alcohol, and that gets the manufacturing residue off there. But if like me, you just want to get straight on with the craft, I just do a little bit of watermark. And then you can...
60% of these have gone now, Leanne. Very busy on these. Easy to see why. They're just so usable, aren't they?
They really are. They're fantastic. So you see, I lined that up with my letter E, the rest of my word. And there we go. I can just have a really lovely big sentiment. And I could position that down, up. I can position it right at the top here. Put that wherever I want, depending on the composition of my card. So that's how the two stamps work.
This one would be great for my friend Lee. You know, he's got the thickest, most broadest Yorkshire accent. Everything starts with E. That's what he says. Oh, E. Yeah. He said to me the other day, trying to say, I don't know him, but I know her. And do you know where I come out?
Go on.
E. I don't know him, I know her.
So my parents-in-law are from Yorkshire.
Are they?
Yeah, my parents-in-law from Wakefield. And so they have quite a broad Yorkshire accent as well. And they'll say things like my father-in-law, instead of saying, close the door, it's chilly in here, he'll say, put wood in oil.
Put what?
Put wood in oil. Which means put the wood in the hole.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard that one before.
It took me ages to learn the secret language that they've got as a family. And like he'll say, have you got any snap? And snap is your packed lunch. Apparently it's a Yorkshire term for snap.
Really?
For packed lunch.
The thing I don't get, like, what time are we going? Are we going to the theatre tonight? I said to Lee recently, what time are we going? How long does it last? And he said, oh, it lasts 7 while 10.
Oh yes, 7 while 10.
That means 7 to 10 apparently.
Yes.
I find colloquialisms really interesting, you know.
Yeah, my father and my parents-in-law say while for 2 all the time. Yeah, absolutely. Right, so you see there, I've managed to build that up, enjoy every moment, just using the stamps in the collection. Now we're going to have a look at using the die. So on the back of that, flip, you've got your lovely patterned die that goes with. And actually, I've been a bit sneaky, Joe. Been a bit sneaky.
Ooh.
And I have pinched a piece of my self-adhesive cardstock.
From your stained glass windows?
From my stained glass windows.
Check you out.
I know. I'm trying
That's why you came over here, to get another extra piece, wasn't it?
Shh, that's a secret. You don't need to tell everybody that I like to be a tea leaf of the craft materials sometimes when nobody's looking. It's a secret. Right, so I'm going to cut this out, put that face down. I might need, because this is just a regular thin metal die this time, Joe, I might need my metal shim. But I'm going to try without. And oh, there it is. I was looking there desperately for my repositionable tape. Found it. So I'm just going to tape that down so it doesn't move. I'm going to put the sandwich through as it is, and let's see whether I need my metal shim. I might not, but we'll give it a try. The other good thing about these alphabets, Joe, is these also fit in your mini. The size of those alphabet letters in the whole collection, the letters and the numbers, will all fit in the Gemini Mini, which means if you've got that there, then you can use it. Oh, it's cut. Oh, that's good, isn't it? I think there might be a couple of little areas that needed a little bit of help. I'm going to run that through again, just quickly, just for a second cut, just because I'm going through that self-adhesive as well. I think if I'd put the metal shim in, no problem at all, and it had gone through 90% of it, but I just want to make sure it's perfect. Let's grab that off there. There we go. And I think this will be fine now.
So what does the metal shim do? Why does that make such a big difference?
So when you've got a pair of scissors, you're cutting, and it's because it's metal against metal. So that action, metal against metal, sharp, is what gives you a lovely precise cut. So when you put your metal shim in, the metal shim against the metal of the die gives you a knife edge type cut, metal against metal. So rather than just using the pressure, it gives you the ability to improve the cut because you've got a little bit of a thicker sandwich and you've got that knife edge against knife edge. So I'm just poking out the pieces here. The white pieces that are left are just the carrier sheet from behind, so they'll get peeled off anyway, so you don't need to worry about those. The only bits that you need to make sure are gone are any little black bits of card. And you see, actually by just putting that through twice, that cut no problem at all, because that's my complete letter E now. All right, so that's ready. So let's move that to the side. And then what I'm just going to do is show you, I want to pick some of these white pieces out because I want you to see. If this was a card front now, what I can do, because now this is the perfect size and I've stamped that E behind that letter from my stamp plate, I'm getting these white bits off so I can show you there. I can overlay that now. And I've got the perfect colour silhouette underneath for that black to pop through, and then just the addition of that, from that looks good to that, just the addition of the outline over the top brings that whole thing together and now makes it look like it's designer. So the stamp is perfectly designed to give you that relief underneath your overlay if that's what you want to do. But I'm going to use it in a little bit of a different way. So I've got here a piece of white cardstock, and I'm hoping you can see the glitter. I've just done a little splodgy background with my sparkle markers.
I love that.
You see that there?
If you want some sparkle pens in your life, make sure you join myself and Sarah. We've got a very sparkly Colour Me Happy show coming your way this Friday. So make sure you join both of us for that. Do you know, it's a really jam-packed week, you know, this week here at Crafters TV, Leann, and there's some very big special things happening. Tomorrow is the launch of something really special, which is our members event, which is fantastic. Make sure you join myself and Craig in the morning at 11 a.m. here in the UK or 6 a.m. on the East Coast, and we're going to tell you about all of the fantastic special things that will be happening for our members event. I don't want to give too much away just yet, but there will be freebies is all I'm saying, Leann.
Oh, that sounds exciting, Joe. I wish I was in for that. I'm in the office, so I might pop over and just see what's going on.
You pop over.
I might just be nosy.
It lasts all weekend as well. So
Does
it'll be
it?
running all the way up until the end of Sunday too. Yes, so a really, really fantastic event. We're going to give you all lots of treats as well as we go through the weekend. So I'm with you as well. I'm with you all the way through now till next Tuesday. So if you don't like me, I'm afraid it's not going to be a good week for you. I'll be here through with you till next Tuesday, most definitely.
Joe, we love you.
Oh, thank you.
We love you.
I was only fishing for compliments, to be fair.
We can never get too much of Joe. Is there such a thing even as too much of Joe?
Ask me. You can tell me next Tuesday.
Right, my craft knife needs a new blade. Here's the one here. Let's see if this has got a better blade. And then all I'm doing, that's better, is I'm just trimming this away. So I stuck it down onto the little piece of sparkle background that I'd made, and then I'm just using my craft knife to trim this away. See, I cut round most of it with my scissors, and then there's a little bit here where I don't want to bend it. See, I'm just taking that away there with the craft knife, just around the little die cut piece that I did. And actually the black outline gives you something to butt up against when you're cutting it away, so you can get a lovely precise cut in there. There we go. And then this little bit off the end here, which actually I can get with my scissors. Don't make life difficult for yourself. There we go.
I had visions of you cutting the end of the E off there. I don't know why, because it's the sort of thing I know that I'd have taken half of the top part off there.
And I get my lovely little sparkly E. Now I can put a card together really quickly and simply. So I've got a nice white card base there, and I've got a nice black matten layer. I'm not going to stick this together because I've got lots more I want to show you. Then I've just got another white piece of card, and all I've done is take my sparkle pens and smoosh a background on that you can see there. Then I've taken the Enjoy, which you see me stamp when I did this bit here, and just stamp that in a lovely black ink there. Then what I can do is take my letter E with my sparkle background that matches, and then I've just got a little pigment every moment, and you're able to put together that really quickly and easily with those dies. And if you haven't got your self-adhesive black cardstock, I just paint a layer of tacky glue on the back of there, or you can use your dotty tape pen, of course, as well, if you'd like to. And then you can take that on into another way of doing them. You see, you can use that lovely glitter cardstock that I used for my outlines before. Cut your letters out in that fabulous glitter cardstock, and I've just fussy cut around the wonderful there, around the wonderful to go with the W, and then done some pretty papers in the background, and you can do little shaker cards and all sorts. Really, the possibilities are endless, but they're really easy to use, Joe, and make a fabulous statement on your card.
Yeah, they really do. They're very, very popular. Loads of you absolutely loving them. Astrid says, it sounds like a Jova load. Can't wait. That's a very good term. Stealing that one, absolutely. Loads of you still commenting along. Lots of questions still coming through from the stained glass window dies that we did, Leanne.
Okay.
Lots of people loving them, saying how much they got them. Some from HN love them. Diane's just ordered the bundle, which is great. May saying they look amazing. Lynn's asking if you can use tri-blend markers on acetate.
You can. Any alcohol marker you can use on acetate. So absolutely you can colour in on your acetate with them, no problem at all.
And it is, May's also asking, what weight is a self-adhesive cardstock? I'd say that's about 280. What do you reckon?
I would agree with you. I think between 240 and 280, it's a really good weight. A really good weight.
Really good versatile weight there. Totally love the die, says Maria. Great creations. Renate's just put her second order of the day in. That's amazing. Michelle says, great, Joe, we need extra incentives to buy more wonderful crafty things, so we can't wait for tomorrow. And Jan saying that she absolutely loves the shows today as well. Oh, lots of you been sending photos in. Should we take a look at some of them, because we love it. Oh, I can tell who these ones are immediately. These are Astrid's, aren't they?
Wow.
They are beautiful. What are they? Aren't they amazing, Leanne?
Oh my word. Is Astrid on our DT?
She is now.
I mean, is she on our DT?
She is now.
Well, she is now, yeah.
Yeah, she's the newest member.
Look, Joe, look me in my eye. Is she on the DT?
She's on the design team now.
Oh, I thought when you were saying she is now, you were meaning hint, Leanne, give Astrid a job.
Oh, no, she's
now.
She's just joined the design team, yes.
Thank you. Good. Well, Astrid, welcome to the design team, and your projects are exceptional. Really lovely.
They are de bomb, as Sarah would say.
They are de bomb.
Absolutely, I love them. Also, who sent us this kingfisher in? This is beautiful.
Oh.
Joanne sent this one in. That's gorgeous, isn't it, Leanne?
Really lovely. And I can't decide whether that's alcohol ink in the background or whether that's our Harmony Water Reactive, but in any event, the use of colour there with that outline is really, really lovely.
Oh, Cynthia sent this one in, Leanne. All the single lilies. That's gorgeous.
Oh, I like that, Cynthia. I really like that.
She also sent this one in as well. That's beautiful.
Oh, that's acetate. That's acetate with alcohol ink without a shadow of a doubt. You can see that through there.
Who sent this one in? Melinda.
Who's that?
That's you. Melinda paused her iPad and that's where it landed. So
Should we try and recreate it? Hang on. Let's try and recreate it.
You've got the packaging.
I've got the packaging. I'll just do it with this packaging here.
So when was you, Melinda must have been watching back with the launch show then, because you got a different top on. That's funny. That is too funny. I love that.
Brilliant.
Very, very busy on those maker statements. Remember, if you want to get the whole collection, it's how you get the best value, because they should be $185.71. We've taken it down to $150 in the UK. Should have been $227 in the US. Worth every single cent of that. But today here on Crafters TV, you can get them for $160, which is fantastic. Now, everyone can, of course, use their Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. If you're new to us, maybe you're not wholly familiar with all the details of our fabulous club. Here is Sarah to take you through them.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there of Club Inspire, which is an amazing place to be, helping you get even better value from everything that we bring you here at Crafters Companion. You can use it on absolutely everything, even new launches, on our sale shows, even we do our warehouse clearances, across absolutely everything, which is brilliant. Right, I need to just let you know before we move on, I was just having a conversation with my producer Johnny under that last piece of video, and we think that the Maker Statement, the larger collection, is going to go. There's less than 30 of them to go around, so if you want it, not panic stations just yet, but I think as we get towards the end of the hour we might be getting low. You've definitely got a bit more time if you're just picking and choosing, going for any 3 of the letters for £15 or $20. You've got a bit longer there, but if you want that main collection which gives you the best bundle, the big collection that gives you the best value, that's where I was going, then we don't have anywhere near as many as we think we require. Now we're going to move back. We're going to come focus now on the Nativity. This is the Nature's Garden collection. It has absolutely taken the crafty world by storm since we launched it. This is a brand new bundle that went together today, and already 60% of that bundle has sold out and gone. It is an ever so slightly smaller collection that we brought to you at launch yesterday. Those launch deals that we brought to you have completely sold out. I'm going to start with the paper pad because I know lots of you are going for extra ones of these. You can if you want to. It is all available individually for you as well, but the best way to get the best value is to get that main collection. So in the paper pad, you've got 5 pages there you saw of die cut toppers first. Then you've got all of these beautiful designs. You can see you've got all of that gorgeous foiling on there as well. It all designed to work and tie in together beautifully with the main collection itself. 180 GSM this. You've got 40 pieces in here with foiled elements and also the die cut. So you can really see that foiling there, can't you? It's just really great. I love the finish that it gives you as it catches the light. So that's your paper pad. You're going to get that included, which is fantastic. You're also going to get all of this lovely stuff. So you're going to get this one here, and this is your Star of Wonder embossing folder that you've got just here, and it's going to allow you to make these kind of effects. So it's going to give you that really, really lovely deep emboss on there, which is brilliant. We then move on to some of the dies. So this one, next one here, is your Three Kings die that you've got, and that is going to give you, it's an edgeable die, and it's going to give you that effect right there. So you can see it gives you that beautiful detail that you've got just there. Now it's a little bit of a mixed bag, this one, because you've also got a stencil in here too, and this is your the Brightest Star stencil, and that's going to give you that beautiful effect there. So someone's used some of our wonderful glitter paste there to create that beautiful star, as you can see. You can of course paste for it. Now our stencils are such great quality that if you want to, you can use them as embossing folders as well. You're going to get a cut and emboss folder in here, and this one is Christmas Angel, as you can see, and this makes a beautiful shaker card, as you can see right there. Really, really gorgeous. Use it as an aperture for a shaker. Use it for a topper if you want to. Some really nice big statement sentiment dies in here too. This one here that you've got is the Oh Holy Night. And you can see this makes a beautiful front of your card. Let me just show you what someone's done here though. I think this was Sarah did this. You see she's done Oh Holy Night, and then she's actually used it with the While Shepherds Watch, I believe it is, on the top of there. But that is your Oh Holy Night that you can see just there. This one, if you love paper piecing, you're going to love this. This is your A King is Born, and Sarah demonstrated this yesterday. Definitely go back and watch the whole demonstration once you've placed your order to get even more inspiration from the show on yesterday. We've also got some stamps and dies in here for you, which is this one just here. This is your A Christmas Scene, and what this does is it creates this for you. So you can see these beautiful layered topper that you've got on that. It's going to be wonderful for making things like your own homemade Christmas ornaments as well. You've also got Joy in this collection as well, as you can see just here. And what you've then got as well with Joy is you've then got that beautiful statement piece in there too. You've then got two further stamp sets in here as well. And you can see this is your first stamp set, this one just here, which is your Peace on Earth. And you've also got this one, Come Let Us Adore Him, which is that one there. They're going to take care of all of your sentiments. This one as well, good to know, you can see it's been used in the middle of the star on a couple of different things. So you're getting all of that. £102 down from £127 saves you over £25. $134 if you want to get it, down from $166, saving you $32. You can of course use your Club Inspire discount in conjunction with that as well. I know that lots of you got this when it launched over on HSN. If you were one of those people, I'd love you to let me know in the Facebook comments over on Facebook, on the Crafters TV Facebook page. And I know lots of you placed your orders yesterday, and lots more of you placing your orders today. The original collection that we bought you, the big launch collection, it did sell out. This collection is only, I think it's 1 or 2 pieces smaller than that collection. So we've still got the ability to bring you a very comprehensive bundle at the moment, but 60% of that has sold out and gone. Right. There are less than 15 now of that Make a Statement stamp and die collection left. I told you less than 30. There's now less than 15. We are not far away from single figures on that collection. I'll let you know, but if you've got it in your basket, I definitely recommend that you check out. If you are just going through the individuals and cherry picking and just picking a few and building your own bundle, you've definitely got a bit longer. But if you want the big bundle, then that's you're going to need to check that out, which is fantastic. If you're going for them individually, $5.99, $7.95, any 3 for £15 or $20. That's on the letters. You'll need to get the numbers separately if you want to go for those. This Nativity collection, Leanne, has literally, and not just say Set the World Alight here at Crafters TV, but the whole crafting industry, when it was launched over on HSN, it went absolutely bananas, and the same happened on Create and Craft. Exactly the same happened here. And I think it's kind of, obviously Nativity is traditional, but this is really unique, isn't it, within that theme?
It really is, Joan. Do you know, I would go as far as to say that this is my favourite collection in the history of all of the product that I've ever had the privilege of designing in the last 11 years that I've worked for Crafters Companion.
Christmas products or all
Christmas
products? Christmas product, okay.
Well, I mean, I might even go as far as to say all products, to be
really?
fair. Yes, I think it is absolutely divine, and you won't appreciate how usable, how fabulous it is until you get it home and you start using it. It really is glorious, and I think because it is very traditional, but also just the way it's been designed and the products in there and the statements that they make, it's just absolutely exquisite. It really is. So I'm not surprised that it's flown. I know when my team showed me this, when we were working through the development stages, and I get all of the designs to sign off and make comments on, I just went back with a huge big wow written on it and some exclamation marks, because I had no other words I could say. They've done such a good job. It really is an amazing, amazing collection. So we're going to have a look. Have we got, Joe? I just want to check, because I'm making a card. I'm checking I've got both of those Nativity edgeables in that bundle.
So I believe, I think I'm right in saying we only have that one you've got in your hand there. With
the star.
I believe so. Someone just double check that. I don't believe that Wild Shepherd's Watch is in this bundle.
Okay, because if it's not, I'll do it in two different ways so you can see it. But so we haven't got Wild Shepherd's Watch, which is this one with the camels on, I believe. We have.
Oh, you have got it. I haven't got it here then in that case.
Oh.
Have you stolen mine?
So we've got Wild Shepherd's Watch, and we've got
also
Three Kings.
Three Kings as well.
Brilliant. Yes, I might have stole yours earlier to use in the demonstration, Joe. It's the law. It's the law. Right, so what we're going to do is make this, because I'm nervous he's coming to rummage through all my cards. He's just off there. Get off me stuff, Joe. Get off. Listen, did you hear that laugh? Right, so we're going to make this fabulous creation here. Oh, there we go. And I love this. So we've got a lovely acetate front on it. We've got the most amazing Oh Holy Night in there. And then you've got your Wild Shepherd's Watch and your Three Kings silhouettes. And you've got that fantastic star in the background, which I believe you also have in this collection. And we've got one of the lovely sentiments. And I think this is just the most glorious Christmas card arrangement ever. I just love it. I really do. The whole collection is out of this world. Now to do that, what I've started to do is I've got a piece of my construction acetate here, and I've folded it an inch and then an inch to make that step at the front. So you can see that there, hopefully. Maybe if I put a bit of card behind it, you'll see it. There, that's better. So I've folded it an inch and an inch to make that little mountain. And then 6 inches up, I've done another fold, so that's going to go around the back of the card, and that's going to make my card that will stand up for me. So I'm just going to stick this piece of white card to my acetate, and I'm going to use for that some red liner tape, because when you're sticking construction acetate, you really do want to make sure that it's stuck very well. And what I would be using is our glue kit, Joe, and I would be using my tacky glue to stick this at home in the real world, because tacky glue, sticking card to acetate, is the best way to stick your acetate. It is like concrete. It really is fantastic.
Which one's your favourite? We were talking about this the other day. Is it the all-purpose or the tacky that's your favourite? If you had to be drawn.
Two very different uses.
You get both of them in the big bundle. You get both of them in the
out of this world deal.
Got there in the
end.
end.
My word, we got there in the end. Honestly, because I'm concentrating.
Johnny was panicking in the gallery. Didn't know what was going on.
Leann. Sorry, in the out of this world deal. If I had to be drawn, I don't want to be drawn, because they've both got two very different uses, which is why they're both in the kit. But if I had to choose, if I absolutely had to choose, it would be the all-purpose. But don't tell Tacky.
Don't tell Tacky. Okay.
Oh, don't tell Tacky. So I've stuck my acetate to the back, and then I would cover that over with a pretty piece of cardstock, which we will do. And that's made for me my card that will stand up when you're not standing it on a glass mat. And to make it stand better, you'll see what I'll do is I'll just burnish it with my bone folder. When you get nice sharp creases, then your card stands up and doesn't fall over. There we go. There we are. Stands up and doesn't fall over. There we go. I was determined to make it work. Right, so I've got that done, and now what I've done is cut a piece of gold mirror card, and that's going to mat and layer in here. So I can use my tape pen for this. But again, for speed, I'd be using my wet glues, unless you've got a Crafter's Companion tape pen and you prefer to use them. If you've got a Crafter's Companion tape pen, you can use it. If you don't, use your wet glues. So that goes in there, and then we're going to choose a piece of paper. Now I just want to take a moment. We've got this in the kit, haven't we?
We have.
We just need to
and it's available
take
individually
a
if you want it as well. I
Oh,
believe it's
well.
$14.99 in the UK if you want to get another
Can I
one.
make a bold suggestion, Joe?
Yep.
I would say, before I even flick through this and show you it, we're going to decide which way is better, whether I flick it to this camera, up ahead, whatever we do, because I need to show you it. Bold suggestion, buy the kit, buy an extra paper pad.
Oh, well, we can go extra, we can go further than that.
Can we?
Christine Mahoney, you know, she's the queen of the paper pads, isn't
Yes,
she?
yes.
She says, I have the whole set. The extras have been ordered and 9 paper pads. 9.
9.
Yeah.
Christine, that tells you how fantastic this paper pad is. I'm going to flick this at you in this style. Oh, we're doing it on the overhead. Okay. On this style. The papers in here are absolutely exquisite. The colour ombres, the spot foil detailing, the backgrounds that you've got in here. Look at that. That is like the most exquisite sunset, and that's just the back of a paper. Then you've got it again. Look at this, with that fabulous opulent gold spot foiling in there. Then we've got some beautiful glitter stripes in here. We've got those beautiful aquamarines. That's just like a sky. That is an evening with those silhouettes on there. You've got more of the colours of the beautiful stripes. You've got the purples in here, with those lovely spot foil detailing. You've got your silhouette scenes. You've got your map landscape, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want. It looks like a desert. It looks exquisite. We've got absolute starry night skies. We've got more maps here in the different colourways. We've got these lovely burnt umbers. And then we've got the most exquisite die-cut gloss toppers in here that you can pop out and use for your card backgrounds, and the quality on these in this is absolutely exceptional. I was talking to our floor manager. Look at that snowflake with the foil. That's the back of a paper. I was talking to our floor manager Tracy just before the show, and Tracy said this is her favourite paper pad that she has ever seen or had the privilege of using.
Really?
Yes, it really is glorious.
It is good. It's neck and neck with the rose gold one for me.
I'm going to go, what colour am I going? I think I'm going to go real traditional. I think I'm going with the navies. I'm going with this. I'm going to whip a piece of navy out. We're going to use this one to use as the background to my card. So then I'm going to bring in my guillotine, which I've got here, and I'm going to cut this now to 5 1/4 inches square, because my piece of card that I used earlier was 5 1/2, so I want 1/4 inch all around. So I'm going 5 1/4 and then 5 1/4 again. There we go.
I've just heard, Leanne.
I know.
Right, first of all, can I tell you about Make a Statement first really quickly?
Yeah.
We're down to single figures on the Make a Statement large collection. If you want that large collection, if it's in your basket, I think it will probably sell out in the next 20 minutes, I would say. So if you want it, or it'll be like one of those, as it always happens, Leanne, everyone just checks out that's got it in their basket. There's 2 left to allocate. There are a lot in baskets, but there are 2 left to allocate at the moment. And then also the Nativity collection. Whilst we were worrying about Make a Statement, Leanne, 70% of the Nativity collection has now sold out and gone. This was brand new this morning. We just, this was a slightly more condensed collection that we were able to put together because the original launch collection sold out. It hit the website this morning. 70% has already gone of this one. I think it will go again. And you know what happened, don't you? We'll bring it back again, but it'll have gone from a 14 piece to a 13 piece. Then it might come back as a 9 piece and then a 7 piece after that. So if you want a really comprehensive collection of it, I would say now's your time to grab it for £102 or $134. You can go for the individuals if you want to.
Wow, I mean really, don't hesitate. It is absolutely an exquisite collection, and when you get it home you'll really appreciate what we're saying to you, the quality and the variety and the usability that you've got, and having that fabulous traditional look and feel with the quality of the paper pad that you've got in there. You're not going to be disappointed, I can promise you that. So I've got that lovely piece of paper that I've just cut out. I'm going to put the glitter border at the top because I think it looks like little twinkly stars in the background. So I'm going to tape pen this, but you know, I would be using my wet glues because I do love my wet glue if I'm giving this away. And especially when you make these and give these cards to friends and family, they're going to become heirlooms and decoration pieces that come out year after year, even though you didn't send it that year, just because it looks lovely on the mantelpiece.
Some people sell Christmas cards to raise money for their local church, don't they, as well?
They do.
Wouldn't it just be fantastic to use for that? that?
Absolutely it would. And because this is entirely Crafter's Companion designed, there is nothing licensed here whatsoever, then that means that your angel policy with this is knock yourself out. Which means make and sell as much as you like, be it for charity or for your own personal profit. So if you want to make cards and charge a bomb, because these are amazing and you're going to be able to, so charge a goodly amount of money and sell them to make money to buy Christmas presents, then please do that. Why would you not?
Wonderful.
Right, so I've done my edgeable there, and then I'm just chopping it down here, and I'm going to level it off in a second. So that's that one done. Then I'm going to do the same here with my black piece of cardstock. Now this is going on the front, so I want this right at the bottom. So I'm going to, on the straight edge of that card, so I'm going to tape that in place. The gold one I'll deal with in a second. Tape it in place, there we go. And then run that through my junior as well. And these dies cut so well that the cardstock just falls out. Really, the quality of the dies, and sometimes we don't get to talk to you about that very often because we just presume that everybody knows that our dies are a fantastic quality with an amazing coating on there which just releases the cardstock for you effortlessly. But when you use them and you have that experience yourself at home, you'll understand exactly what we're referring to. So there is my black piece there.
It comes out very clean, as you said there.
Does.
Cecilia says she's bought 3 of the extra paper pads, which is wonderful. Christine saying you don't see many Christian-themed papers. She said not all of them are in the pad, but it's so good to get them with this set, which is fantastic. Christine, the paper pad queen, is what Mariah has termed Christine in upstate New York. I think you're absolutely 100% correct. I just ordered 2 extra pads, so third order in 2 days, says Laurie. And she's on the design team as well. She's obviously had her fingers on these already and then come back and ordered more. Ash should say that the angel policy is fantastic as well.
Yes, absolutely. And all of our Crafter's Companion ranges where we, just straightening that off, where we do all of the design ourselves, have that very generous angel policy of just make and sell as many as you would like. So I'm closing over the front of my acetate card now, and then I'm going to pop in place there my gold edge. There we go. And then I will put in front of that my little black one here. So that'll get stuck there. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to put it together because I've got, I think you might want me to show you another one of these cards, or do you want me to show you something else after?
Oh, I don't know. Should we...
Another demo of these. So I'm just going, right, well, let's stick it in place then. Let's just do it. So I've got these cut here already.
Another one of these. He's I don't know if is he demanding or is he just direct? I can't work out.
He's
Leann.
very decisive today.
He's very decisive. That's what it is, yes.
Yeah, very decisive. He knows what he wants.
He does.
And he doesn't mind communicating it. There we go. And so I've got that one on the front there. So I'm just building up the little scene. So I've got my edgeable and then I've got my silhouette. So you see we're building up the scene as we go. And then I've got this fantastic star. This also comes in your collection. So I've cut this out with a shiny mirror and a matte mirror. And then I'm going to stick this over. This does come in the collection, doesn't it? Just checking.
It does. No, that's not in there, actually.
Is it not?
No, but we'll let you off because it's you, Leann.
All right. I can leave it off the card if you like.
Well...
But
no,
I'm not.
You put it on there.
I'm putting it on.
You put it on there. I think most of our viewers got this when it launched, and a lot of people going for it now. But there will be a lot of people that still have that die. But also, there's lots of different star dies out there that I'm sure people will have in their stash that they can incorporate into that as well.
There we go. So I've got the little star in the background there, Star of David, and then what I've got is this amazing Oh Holy Night die, which I've done on mirror card, you can see there, and that's going to go inside as my sentiment. So if I peel this off here, it's just been run through a Xyron, but I would do this with our dotty tape pen if you've got your dotty tape pen at home.
We are desperately waiting for those dotty tape pens, Leann. Hopefully they won't be much longer now.
I'm hoping so as well. The other thing I do is I put my tacky glue on with just an old paintbrush. Just paint a layer on the background, a very, very light layer, hardly touching it, and that will give you the same effect if you want to do that. So I've got Oh Holy Night on there. I've got my 2 edgeables and my star. I've got my piece of folded over acetate, and that gives you a really beautiful stepper card where you've got those lovely edgeables, you've got your Oh Holy Night, you've got your fabulous paper pad, you've got your little Star of David there, and of course you can finish it off with a sentiment from the collection as well.
Wonderful, absolutely gorgeous, and incorporating lots of this. I think the great thing is about this, I know Leann's going to get ready for the next demonstration, so I'm going to take you through what you're getting again. What I think is so brilliant about this kit is that it's kind of, there's, you know, with a lot of kits, and they're brilliant, but you think, well, I'd use that and that together, or that and that together. With this, you can use all of the elements together. You can use a couple of the elements. You could use 5 or 6 of the elements. There's loads of different ways that you can use it, and it all works together so beautifully. First up, you've got your embossing folder, which is this one just here. So this is your Star of Wonder embossing folder that you've got there. And that is what that's going to create for you. So all of that gorgeous embossed detail that you can see on there, picking that out of a bit of gilding wax is going to look absolutely beautiful. The next one you've got as well is the 3 Kings, which is this one just here. So this was one of the 2 dies that Leann used just there in that her last demonstration. This looks beautiful. That paper from the paper pad, just, I mean, and the great thing is about that, you can see here what's been used. So it's been, the die itself has been used with a matte layer and also the ivory on the top. You've got the paper from the collection with a little bit of ribbon on there, some gold in the background, bit of ribbon on the front there, and then one of your stamps from the stamp collection to stamp that out. So really quite a simple card, but very, very effective. You've then got a stencil in here too. Now remember, with the stencil, you can also use that as an embossing folder. It is the brightest star that you've got there, which gives you that gorgeous stenciled effect. Someone's done this with the glitter paste there, which I think is a really lovely way to use it. You're then going to get the Christmas Angel included in here as well, and the Christmas Angel is just fantastic. It's a cut and emboss folder, and it's going to make a great shaker card for you if you want to use it for that. You can also use it, of course, to create toppers if you want to as well. You've then got this one, which is that lovely big statement sentiment die on there. And that's your Oh Holy Night. And again, how beautiful yet simplistic is that? So that is one of the papers for the paper pad. That's a star die, and then also just the 2 layers of that in there, and it looks beautiful. What's inside this? Oh, and then you've got that Wild Shepherd's Watch on the inside of there as well. A really, really effective card there. The next one we've got for you is A King is Born, which is this one here. You can see it's that very, very iconic themed, and this is actually a very kind of stained glass window effect, like we showed you with the earlier die collection that we had on the show. The next one we have for you are some stamps and dies, and it's a Christmas scene that you're getting, which are these ones just here. Loads of different sentiments within there, but it also makes that layerable topper that you've got, and you can use that wonderfully as well for a if you want to use it for things like your ornaments too, and that just done together with a little bit of the card, the paper from the paper pad as well. Really simple but very, very effective. The next one you've got here, this is Joy, and this is again one of those big statement dies for the front of your cards, one of the statement sentiments on there, which is wonderful. There's so much in here. You've then got 2 stamp collections in here as well, with lots of embellishing stamps as well as lots of your sentiments in there too. And then finally, the bit I missed off earlier, I was trying to shortchange you, I think, is this one here, and it's the Wild Shepherd's Watch, Watched, and that is what creates this beautiful silhouette or edgeable on the front of there. You get all of that. Not only are you getting that though, of course, you're also getting 40 pages in this paper pad, which is fantastic. Now the great thing about the paper pad is, not only is it your paper pad, you've also got all of your die cut toppers in here as well. So you've got things that will work beautifully with your dies, things that will work wonderfully without them, sort of toppers. These could be toppers. Use a little hole punch, put a hole punch in there. You've got a fantastic tag that you can use as well. Loads of different ways. Big statement toppers to smaller banners in there and backgrounds, absolutely loads. And then you've got all of your double-sided, really important they're double-sided as well, so you get the most amount of craftability out of these, your double-sided papers. So you've got some sentiment ones, you've got some foils, you've got some backgrounds. There is literally a little bit of everything in here, all on that lovely traditional nativity scene. I think that one there is absolutely amazing, very galactic, that one. So that is everything that you're getting included, £102 or $134 if you want to get that. 3/4 of the stock is gone, and this will be the most comprehensive collection that will bring you for a while on this, I would imagine. I can't imagine us reordering on this side of Christmas, can you, Leann?
I would very much doubt it, because you've got a limited window with Christmas, because you all want to get your stuff early to be able to make your all your projects and things. You need to get them done and out of the way. So really by the time we ordered it again and then we had it made and then we had it sent to us, it would be Christmas.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to get it while it's here, otherwise you're going to be waiting until maybe we decide to reorder a few next year, maybe. Unlikely, because we'll have done another awesome collection by that point. So yes, we do have a limited window, and it's highly unusual for us to ever reorder a Christmas collection, purely because of the time and the logistics involved, Joe. I mean, we did over order on this one. We got a significant amount because we knew it was going to be popular, but we didn't actually predict how popular. So yeah, I would say if you think you want it, don't think about it, just grab it.
Fantastic. And it is, people are 3/4 gone now on this collection. This was a brand new configuration for today. After the launch configuration yesterday, it's sold out, so be quick. This looks pretty stunning that you're going to share with us now, Leann.
So this is a triple easel card.
Triple easel?
A triple easel card.
I thought that was an ice figure, in like an ice skating move, a triple easel.
A triple easel.
Into a double salco.
Oh, into a double emboss. What's a double salco?
I think it's a skating thing.
Is it a skating
I mean,
term?
yeah. I mean, I've never skated in my life. I'm absolutely hideous at it. But I'm sure I've heard them say it.
Yeah, well, good for you. I haven't heard that. But this is a triple
I think it was from
easel.
Dancing on Ice,
was
to
it?
be fair. So.
Okay. Right, so let's have a look at how to make, should we? Really very, very easy to do. Looks incredibly impressive. Super, super simple. So first things first, let's get the card base ready. Let's get all of the construction done. So what I've done is use, and you will have these, you know, the nested die sets that we've got.
Yeah.
And we did a masterclass on how to use our nested die sets. On there, on one of that masterclasses with those nested dies, I show you how to make an easel card with nested dies. That's exactly what we've done here. So all you do is on a half fold card, hang your nested die off the top and cut through the two, and that gives you your folded card. And you can see the little bit there that's on the fold. So I've done that 3 times with 3 different sizes of nest. 1, 2, 3. And then I've scored across, using my Ultimate Pro, scored across the centre of the top to make this piece here, which folds up for your easel, and that's on all 3. And then I've used the next size down of my matting and layering of my nested dies to cut from my paper pad the 3 mats and layers, and I've stuck those in place on the bottoms of my 3 easels. Okay, so that's the preparation that I've done in advance. Now what we're going to do is stick these easels together. So what I would like you to do is to close the easel that you're going to use, and then the next size down, and we do it ever decreasing, so it goes largest, medium, small. And then what you're going to do is have a look at where that score line is, and what you don't want is for this piece of the front of the card to come beyond this score line. So you just want to make sure that it's lined up about there. You need about 1/4 of an inch difference between the two. And once you've got that in place, then you stick the bottom of this easel card to that bottom. Okay, so we put a little bit of tape on here. So I'm just going to use my tape pen, but again, as I've mentioned many times to you before, when I'm doing a kinetic card like this, I do like to use a wet glue. Okay, so I've got that in place there. So I pick that up, and what I like to do is use my bone folder, which has run away from me. Naughty bone folder, come back. I've got another one here, that'll do nicely. And I just like to give that a good rub. And what it does is just get the glue warmed and sticking. So there we go, that's those 2 together. And then I do exactly the same with this 3rd one, into the same place, but it goes inside that last one there. So a little bit of tape on there. Need to put it on the wrong side. That wouldn't have been good, would it? That wouldn't have worked. Turn it over and make sure it's in the right place. There we go. A little bit of tape there. Then this one gets opened up and goes inside here. And again, I leave the same amount of distance and then stick that down. And what that gives me is the ability now to create my triple easel card. So you can see how that's starting to come together. So all that remains now is for me to pop the tops on of the easels. So I've got my large, my medium, and my small.
Terry's saying she's ordered the nesting dies, and these are going to be her first project. This will be her first project when she gets them. Lots of you also, Sonia saying it's the cat's meow, this card. Absolutely loves it. Yolanda's ordered herself another paper pad so she can have one to stroke and one to use. And Sandra says, yes, a triple Salco is a jump. I called this the conga easel. which is also quite a good name for it, I think.
That is a good name for it. Right. Just checking my card to make sure. The Conga Easel, that is a good name, actually.
Susan's working on one of these at the minute, which is fantastic. Oh, I'd love... Is it nearly done, Susan? Do you think you could send us a photo if it is nearly done? studio@craftscompanion.co.uk if you'd like to send us a photo in. But yeah, a lot of love for this triple easel.
Oh, that's good. It's nice to show how they're done because they look, when you look at them first, I know when I first got it, I turned it inside out, I turned it upside down, I looked at it back to front, and I was thinking, well, how on earth is that being put together? And then when you see it put together and you work it out, you're like, oh, it's that easy. Okay, I get it. So now I've put all of my easel fronts on, so we can see that there. And you see I just moved the one above out of the way every time, so that when we close it, it closes in a teardrop, and then you can open it up. 1, 2, and then 3. So I've done it in that way. And now what I've got are my mats and layers to put on here. So I've just die cut some pretty pieces of the paper. So let's start with this one. We'll put this one on. And actually it probably would have been better to put this on before I did that, but I could just move it out the way so I've got the full circle. And I'm just going to use my tape pen again. Collal All-Purpose would be the glue I would use if I wasn't hurrying.
Why would you not use it here? Is it because it take a little while? You'd have to leave it to set.
Well, no, it would be quick. I just haven't got any to hand.
Oh, you could have had mine.
I've just got my tape pen. Don't worry, I'm managing.
Do you want mine?
No, I'm all right.
You
I'm
sure?
fine. Yes, thank you, Joe. And then I've got another piece here. I mean, if I didn't have a Crafter's Companion tape pen, I'd be grabbing it out of your hand. But because I've got our fabulous tape pen, we're okay. And then I'm putting my mats and layers onto my easel tops. You can see that there. Okay, and then finally this last one that I'm going to put on here actually is one of these amazing die cuts from the back of the pad. So you see we've got the perfect shape for your easel. Look, you've got 9 in there, so you could be doing 9 of these. So I've used one of those, and I've got the Oh Holy Night. So again, a little bit of tape.
Loads of you still commenting away. Charlotte from Georgia just saying hello. She says she loves watching us both, Leanne. How cute is that?
Oh,
she said it's good to have a little fun. She hopes we're both doing well and having a great day. We are having a great day. It's been a double Leanne day. How can I not have a great day when it's a double Leanne day?
Do you know what? I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I really, really have. Now, I've got here another topper, and this topper again is from my paper pad. So that is from here. There we go, you can see that there. So I've cut that, popped that out. And actually I'm going to have one of these sentiments as well that I spotted earlier. I think I'm going to have, should I have May Your Christmas? No, I'm going to have Oh Holy Night. I'm going to have, I'm doing this here. Oh Holy Night. So I'm going to have that little topper out of there. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that in a second.
Creative Space on YouTube says she absolutely loves the Joy die. A lot of love for that one. It's all available individually, this collection as well, if you'd like to get it like that. Denise saying the collection is just magnificent. Gwyneth says, hi everyone, this is my second time watching on YouTube. I've been creating over a year and started a non-profit to work with the elderly. How fabulous.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, this Joy die is an absolute joy, I have to say. It's glorious, Joe. So I want to cut it out so you can see how easy it is to cut. I'm just going to...
One of my all-time favourite songs is Joy by Bastille. So every time I see it or anyone talks about it, I start singing the song again in my head. It's been going round all day yesterday and then all day again today.
Oh, my Joy die slipped because I didn't tape it down. Should I do it again?
That feels a bit ironic, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? That wasn't joyful at all. Let me do that
There's
again.
no joy there.
No joy there. Hang on. I'm good. I need to do it again so you can see it. I need to tape it down. It's just when I picked my plate up, I picked it up too vertical and it moved.
So you'll end up in the law court, Leanne. You've got to practice what you preach there, Leanne.
You have, I know. Otherwise you end up wasting a piece of card and doing it again. Learn by my mistakes, folks. Don't do the same.
Well, did you? I mean, it's even though maybe you just did that on purpose, just to show us, what would happen if we didn't tape it down.
100%, because that's the kind of unselfish thing that I would do just for you. Right, okay, so we're going to remove that die, and then we've got our fabulous little die cut piece here. Just be careful when you take it out because there's that many little curly pieces. It can get caught on the waist. Cut out beautifully, but can get caught, so just be careful when you pick that out. So there you go, there is that joy of a die, Joy, which I absolutely love. And then what I've done here, because it is quite filigree and I wanted to have quite a bit of structure, you can see how this one's a lot firmer. So what I've done is actually cut 3 or 4 of those, and then just with my dotty tape pen or with the Xyron, just line them up, and I just do it on plain white cardstock, and then do the final layer in the gold cardstock and stick them all together, and you can see how that one's not as floppy. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So if that's just going flat on the card as a topper, it's fine. But if it's going to be more of an embellishment as I'm about to use it, it needs to have a little bit more structure to it. So I cut in, I'm wondering if you can, I think you can probably see that there. I've got 3 layers in white card and the final layer with that matte gold foil on top of there, which allows me to make it into like a chipboard embellishment and just stick them all together. And that definitely with your tacky glue. Paint each layer with a brush with your tacky glue and put the next layer on top.
Fantastic,
okay, so
great tip.
I'm going to just use a little bit of my tape pen. Use your dotty one if you've got it, or your tacky glue and tape it on. I'm going to use that in the centre. This is now going to go in the middle easel. There we go. So you can see there.
Oh, I need to just quickly jump in. I'm so sorry, Leanne.
Okay.
It's approaching limited stock. There really isn't many. There's less than 50 of them, so you're going to have to be really quick for it. If it's in your basket, it is approaching limited stock. I'd say you probably need to think about checking it out. I thought it would go after the show. I didn't think it would go maybe during or at the end of the show. So it's really busy, Leanne. I just wanted to let you know. I just don't want anyone to miss out on it if they've got it in their basket and they have decided that they do want it.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough, Joe, because it is fantastic. It's beautiful. Now, you see, I took that Oh Holy Night little die cut topper from the pad. All I've done is curve it around my fingers and then flip up the edges so that I make a nice little 3D Oh Holy Night. I'm just going to tip that up so you can see what it'll look like. See how it's 3D off the card there. And then I've got my glue gel, which I would use. But again, we're doing this with the tape pen all the way, just for speed. So a little bit of tape pen on there. And then shape that. I'm going to pop it on the front there. So I've got that little 3D dimensional coming off there. And then when I stand this up, each of the layers in front provides the stopper. And then on this final little one, what I would do, as I've done here, and I'll just show you on this final one, is I have used, have you got the bauble die in that collection, Joe?
You have indeed.
I've used the little bow from the bauble as a stopper. So you can see that there.
It's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. It really is.
There we go.
It's beautiful. And the great thing is, you know, if you want that 13-piece collection, then you need to be ordering in the show, because we will bring it. I'm guessing we will bring it back again in a couple or a few weeks' time. But it'll maybe be an 8-piece collection or a 9-piece collection. I'll just whiz through one more time exactly everything that you're getting here in this. So what you've got in here is you've got your embossing folder. Firstly, just here, as you can see, absolutely gorgeous. You've then got your 3 Kings die in here as well, and you can see that there. It's a really, really wonderful topper die that you've got. You've got the stencil coming your way in here too. Allows you to get all of those pastes and glitters and all those different mediums involved as well. You've got the cut and emboss folder in here as well, and this is going to allow you to do things like your shaker cards. It's also going to allow you to do things like your toppers you can create. You've got that wonderful Oh Holy Night. I think the Oh Holy Night might be my favourite bit of the collection, you know, Leanne. I just think it is gorgeous, and cut on a bit of mirror with a little bit of a black drop shadow is a very simple and effective topper for a card. This one here, you've got that one that is crying out to be paper piece. It is beautiful. You've also got the stamps and dies in here too, which are these ones that you could see, the kind of bauble ones that Leanne was explaining just there. You've then got Joy, which is that other nice big statement one that you've just seen Leanne using there, which is gorgeous. Got that lovely, I love the design on the middle of the O there, really, really clever. You've got a couple of different stamp sets in here too, so it's going to be great for doing all of your sentiments. You've got embellishing stamps in there as well. And then finally, this one just here, this one is your While Shepherd Watched. Which is going to make that gorgeous project for you just there. I need to let you know, I can't believe I'm saying this after the original bundle sold out yesterday. It's limited stock, less than 10% of the stock we have on that. is available now. Very, very busy on that. Now, how many have we got left, Johnny? Right, the Make a Statement, they are hanging on by a thread. Less than 5, I'm being told, of these to go around. What I would say is if they're in your basket, you need to check them out, because I can see there's more of you with them in baskets than there is stock available. So some people are going to miss out there on those. £150 or $160 if you want to grab hold of those. Right, there is now a preview for something that's coming up. It's a Crafters TV launch. It launches on Create and Craft on the 1st of August. I'm not quite sure when it'll be with us here as well. Is it with us on the 1st of August too? Wonderful. I'll be up with this then on Saturday the 1st, this coming Saturday as well. I believe it's on the 11 a.m. show here on Crafters TV. You'll also see it over on Create and Craft as well. So what have we got coming up then, Leanne?
Well, can I just tell you which are my favourite 2 nativity dies?
Absolutely, you can.
I like the one with Mary and Joseph and the baby.
The one that was paper
piecing, and Oh Holy Night.
The Oh Holy Night one is gorgeous, isn't it?
Boom, Christmas card. Oh, just going to be glorious. However, sticking with the Christmas theme, and actually these could be used alongside your nativity collection, some of these. I'll explain that as we go along. We've got a fantastic launch of the next collection of our double-sided dies, and we've got some amazing designs in here. So this is a wonderful snowflake design. It's double-sided, so one die cuts 2 different designs. When you layer it up, this is what it creates for you. And look, we've done this 360-degree rotation here with this double-sided die. Looks absolutely lovely. And if I just hold that still, look at the quality of the design that you're getting in there, because you're getting 2 dies, which gives you 4 different layers to build up and make that glorious geometric snowflake. And if I just bring this in here, you can see you've got layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer them all up, and this is what you can create. Brilliant for your backgrounds. And I would love to do these and then put my joy topper over the top of that in the centre in a contrast on the centre of a card. This is where your nativity dies that you've got will start to work alongside these fabulous double-sided ones. So that was the snowflake. We've also got this one. This is going with your nativity, Star of Wonder. Look how fabulous that is. And again, you've got 4 layers, 2 dies, 4 layers, lay them all up, and you've got that beautiful statement star that you've got in there in those 4 different colours. And of course you can start to use all of your different sentiments and your little edgeable dies and your pretty papers. The papers from the nativity pad behind here with this Star of Wonder with your double-sided dies would look gorgeous, and especially with using the silhouette die underneath alongside your double-sided, it's going to look fantastic. Then we've got this superb, I love this, the bauble. I love this Christmas bauble. Look how amazing that is. So again, 2 dies in here, 4 layers, as I've showed you before there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you've got that fabulous word Noel in there included. And you can see you can layer up that really filigree, 4 different colours in there. Makes a real statement topper. And both of these dies in here will fit onto your junior plate at the same time. So just use 4 pieces of card, 2 dies on your junior plate, whiz it through all of the layers to make a topper 9 seconds. That kind of level of detail in 9 seconds is going to be fantastic. This is now my personal favourite. Right, well, my second favourite. Look, I love a wreath, Joe. I love a wreath. I love a wreath on my door outside. I love wreaths on my doors inside. I love a garland. I love foliage at Christmas. I love everything traditional. And I think this Joy wreath topper is beautifully traditional. Look at all of the different layers you've got in there. If I just turn that round, you can see you've got your layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of those pieces that are cutting, all of the pieces are in here for you to create that entire thing with that one set, one pass on your plates. We've then got a really contemporary looking tree. I love this. So for those of you who aren't necessarily traditional, you like something a little bit more contemporary, you can do this fantastic arrangement here with your tree, and many different ways you can use it. Again, 4 layers in there. Then we've got something for the cutesies amongst us, those of us who like a bit of cute in our lives. We've got Mr. Snowman, we've got Frosty and his friend, and again you've got all of the layers for his clothes, his body, his hat, his features and his little arms, and his face, and his little bow tie, and his little snowflake jumper, and his bobble hat, all included to make Mr. Frosty. Love that one. It's gorgeous, isn't it? That's for the kids and for the cutesies. Now this one also fights for favourite. It might win. It might just tip it. I've saved the best to last in my opinion. I adore this one. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at little Mr. Robin there on his wreath. Absolutely exquisite. And so this wreath, you could use the wreath die that is already in here. So that my favourite wreath, remember, I'm getting it for you so you can see it. Here it is. My favourite wreath, make that, pop the little robin on the top of my favourite wreath, and you've got that whole arrangement together with that collection. Just absolutely gorgeous, Joe. Very usable, makes a huge impact, but incredibly easy to use as well.
Yeah, it really is. They look absolutely beautiful. If you want to grab them, they'll be launching with us on Saturday, which is fantastic. Make sure you join us back here for those shows then. Leanne, can I say a massive thank you? It's been lovely. Double Leanne Day. When are you back with us on Crafts TV? Do you know?
Next week, Joe. I'm not sure of the day. Can't quite remember. I need to check my diary. But this week, I've got quite a lot of work on, and then I'm having a sneaky Friday off to go to the caravan with Mr. C.
Nice.
So I'm going to go and have a nice long weekend, and then I'm back next week. I think it might be Tuesday again, actually.
Oh, I wonder, or maybe it'll be a double Leanne Day.
I think it is another double Leanne Day.
Is it?
I
look forward to that. Then I shall wait here for you until Tuesday, and I'll see you back here, which is fantastic. Don't forget, if you've got the Make a Statement in your basket, please don't forget to check them out. It is going to go, Nativity is actually down to single figures now as well. So if you have got that one in your basket, make sure you get that checked out as well. It's been a brilliant day here on Crafters TV. Don't forget our members event is kicking off live here tomorrow, 11 a.m. with myself and Craig, UK time, 6 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. So make sure you join us for the beginnings of what is going to be an amazing weekend. I'll see you back here then. Take care.